In 110 years of Tigers history, Detroit fans have seen the best baseball has to offer. Only once in that century of hardball have the Giants played in Motown. Tonight, San Francisco comes to town for a second visit. The Giants' history revolves around names like Mays and Marichal. But recent history places the Giants at the top of the baseball mountain, the defending world champs. Two of baseball's marquee franchises meet, and it gets underway after we check in with a Call Sam studio. Ball here in the Motor City. Fans still filing in tonight as the San Francisco Giants come to town. The start of the three-game series here at Comerica Park. We are glad to have you with us here this evening on a gorgeous night for baseball here in downtown Detroit. If the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the box score. You can do that to a participating Arby's location tomorrow. Get yourself a free small order of curly fries. How about the standings in the American League Central Division as we head into the month of July? The Tigers, Rod, find themselves a half game up on Cleveland. Chicago's certainly right there at 3.5 back.
Well, Tigers in a good spot right now. They just need to get some of the pieces sorted out in their starting rotation. The offense is starting to click. We know Verlander and Papa Grande have been stellar this year. They have a good team, and they're only going to get better.
So the Tigers behind Brad Penny taking the field. The opponent tonight, Bruce Bochy's San Francisco Giants, two-time manager of the year. Mr. Bochy, here is the starting lineup for the Giants, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Aaron Rowand will lead it off. He'll play in center field. Emmanuel Burris at second base. Pablo Sandoval is at third. Aubrey Huff at first. Cody Ross, the former Tiger, is in left. Pat Burrell is the DH, and their bottom three is Nate Shearholz, Brandon Crawford, and Chris Stewart batting ninth and doing the catching. Here's the scouting report on Tigers right-hander Brad Penny, presented tonight by Ace Hardware.
Something that Brad Penny has done lately, he's added a cut fastball, which is what a lot of starting pitchers are starting to throw these days. It's not as hard as the power fastball that he will feature that gets to 95. And one of the things he's been tremendous this year, holding the opposition to a .240 batting average when runners are in scoring position, and he's pitched very well in his last 7 starts. Against San Francisco, he is 4-1 with an earned run average under 2. Let's take a look at the Tigers defensively. It's always presented by Beaumont Health System. In the outfield, you've got Wells, you've got Jackson, you've got the veteran Ordonez in right. You've got Inge, Peralta, Rayburn, Cabrera in the infield. And the youngster, Alex Avila, hopefully going to his first All-Star game in a couple of weeks, putting down the signs for Brad Penny.
So tonight, Brennan Bosch will sit down and Casper Wells will get a start. And Casper is out in left field in this ball game tonight to make room for Maglio in right field.
Jim has lots of options these days when you have a 300 hitter in Bosch that hits left-handers very well. It's nice to have a guy like Casper Wells who can come in and do just as well.
Here are the numbers on Brad Penny. Penny, as the Tigers continue to look for consistent outings, was really pretty good his last start against Arizona.
Well, when Penny's throwing strikes and getting ground balls, that's when he's at his best. And that's what he'll need to do here against the San Francisco Giants. The Giants aren't a good offensive club. They pitch and they catch, but they don't hit all that well. So if Penny throws some quality strikes here today, he should have a really good chance of winning this contest.
So we haven't seen the Giants very often since 2003. These two teams have met 9 times. San Francisco winning 5 of those. And we are ready for baseball tonight as Aaron Rowan stands in. It'll be Rowan and then Burris and then Sandoval facing the right-handed offerings of Brad Penny. .242 batting average this year in 64 games for Rowan. He's knocked in 15. It is an absolutely gorgeous night. Fans still filing in. Still time for you to come on down to the ballpark if you are inclined to do so. Penny ready to go to work, and Rowan digs in. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. And Brad misses outside and high. 1 ball to no strikes.
Man, I don't know how Aaron Rowan hits standing the way that he is standing, but he kind of gets in a better athletic position when the ball's on its way. Kind of rests on his heels a little bit more, which gets him his legs underneath him, but his starting point looks crazy.
Seems off balance, doesn't he?
He does.
And isn't that what they always talk about in hitting? Balance? That's very important. Broke his bat, so he'll get a new one. Rowan in the month of June hit only .224 and had only 3 extra base hits last month, so he's trying to pick up the pace. He has had some very good seasons in the big leagues. There's that batting stance we spoke of. And Penny misses outside again. 2 balls and 1 strike.
That's an example of that cut fastball that Brad has started to throw. It was at 90 miles an hour, and you could see that ball sliding off the outer edges of home plate as it got to home plate. Aaron Rowan does have a couple of World Series rings.
Bounces this one toward third. That'll go foul just outside of the bag. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, we have seen Rowan in the American League for a few years. In fact, for 5 years he played for the Chicago White Sox before going to the Philadelphia Phillies, and has had some pretty good power seasons. And the 2-2 inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rowan has had some success in his career against Brad Penny. In fact, he's 4 for 8 against Penny lifetime. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Lifted in the air to right field. On the run, Ordonez. Maglio coming hard, can't get it. It'll drop in fair. Rowan is on his way to second, and he will pull in with a double. It looked like Maglio had it in his sights, but then he started a full-out sprint and couldn't get there. Luke double for Rowan.
I thought it was going to be caught when it left Rowan's bat.
Ordonez with that patented sliding attempt, but he was tardy in getting there.
Looked like it may have trickled right off the tip of Maglio's glove.
Early scoring opportunity for the Giants. Here is Burris. He shows bunt and lays it foul.
Well, we told you that Brad holds the opposition to a .240 batting average with runners in scoring position, which is pretty good. And the Giants will be trying to capitalize here in the first against Brad.
Burris is just 7 for his last 38, and he comes in batting .235. Giants as a team are toward the bottom in hitting in the National League. Here's the ball bunted toward third. Inge will have to barehand it and can't do it. Everybody is safe.
Well, not a good start to tonight for the Tigers defensively. Brandon may have had time to field that ball in a more conventional way with the glove and still throw Burris out at first base. We see Brandon make that play in his sleep.
Yeah, we sure do, and that'll be ruled a base hit. So there are 2 hits early in this game now for San Francisco. They have runners at first and third. Here comes Sandoval. A bloop double to right field, and now a bunt single for Emmanuel Burris. Sandoval really right now is the only guy going pretty good in their lineup. He's hit in 11 straight.
He's also the guy that Penny would like to stay away from in this lineup, but he can't do so now with runners on the corners. He'll have to pitch to him.
Lifted in the air down the left field line. Wells on the move, coming to foul ground, and he makes the catch. Runner will tag, throw to the plate, and he's out. Look out, Casper! Wells takes it away from a fan and then fires a bullet to the plate. What a play by Casper. That is a whale of a defensive play by Casper Wells.
Tremendous concentration. You can see him starting to measure this ball, and he was catching it, and he had all his momentum carrying him back toward home plate, and he let it fly. He airmailed the cutoff man. Very nice catch and tag by Avila on the other end.
Not only does he make a terrific throw, but he had to battle the fan for the baseball. He won that battle and then won this battle. Boy, what an inning changer. So 2 outs now, and here's Aubrey Huff. Huff, the former Tiger, batting .243.
He had a great year last year for the San Francisco Giants, and he was a big part of them winning the World Series. Aubrey had a tremendous year in the National League for the first time in his career.
Huff this year 7 for his last 32. The numbers are down in terms of batting average. He's still driven in 41. Trying to drive in a 2-out run with the runner at second base. Burris moved up on the play, and it gets away from Avila, and in safely at third with a head first slide is Burris. Wild pitch moves him up. And the 3-0. 3-1 on Aubrey Huff. 3 times in his career he's knocked in over 100. Huff last year prior to the All-Star break had hit 17 homers. He has hit about half of that this year. Slices one toward left, right at Casper Wells, and that is that. So the inning is over. Tigers get a huge defensive play. Casper Wells fires a BB to home plate, and Rowan is out. turned around the top of the first inning. Throwing Aaron Rowan down at the plate. Tigers starting lineup tonight brought to you by Big Boy. It's Jackson, Wells, and Ordonez at the top. Cabrera batting cleanup. Then it's Victor Martinez. Johnny Peralta will play shortstop. Your bottom three tonight: Ryan Rayburn at second base, Alex Avila will catch, and Brandon Inge is batting ninth, and he is playing third base. The Bernstein advantage brings you the scouting report on Madison Bumgarner. Get the Bernstein advantage. We go to bat for you.
And Madison's got a power arm for a left-hander. He gets up to 95 miles an hour, and he gets there quite often during the course of the evening. He also has some deception in his delivery. He kind of throws across his body, which makes him tough on left-handers. And as most young pitchers, they're still working on developing a really good changeup to go along with that real good heater.
Austin Jackson leads it off, then Wells, and then Ordonez. No score, bottom of the first on a balmy evening here at the ballpark. 84 degrees our game time temp. Ball high and away. Run the count to 2-1 on Jackson. Bumgarner, just 21 years old, out of Hickory, North Carolina. 6'5", 235. And the 2-1. Threw it by him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 94 on the gun that time from Bumgarner.
You can see from that arm slot and the deception that he has in his delivery throwing across his body, he could present some problems for you with a firm fastball in the mid-90s.
And Jackson cuts and misses. First strikeout of the ball game for Bumgarner, who 2 outings ago gave up 8 runs in a third of an inning, but then rebounded nicely in his last start.
8 straight hits to the Minnesota Twins, and the 8 hits he gave up, all 8 scored.
Here is Casper Wells. Wells batting .258, bounces one to the shortstop. Crawford is there, and Wells is out. 2 gone.
Let's take a look at the San Francisco Giants defensively. It's presented by Tim Hortons. It's Ross, it's Rowan, it's Shearholtz in the outfield. In the infield, it's the Kung Fu Panda over at third. It's Crawford, it's Burris, it's Huff. Behind the plate, it's Chris Stewart. And you know that Madison Bumgarner is on the mound tonight for the Giants.
Maglio looks at one right down the middle, a strike.
I heard some rumors that after Madison had that real rocky start a couple of starts ago, before the next start, his teammates said it loud enough so he could hear it that you guys better get on the bench early tonight if you want to see Madison pitch, because he only had pitched 1/3 of an inning in the start prior, so they were having some fun with him.
Well, he responded with an 11 strikeout performance.
Yeah, he did.
Against the Cleveland Indians, and said, take that. And he stuck around for 7 innings. 2-1 on Ordonez. Maglio's hit safely in his last 4 straight games. And he shoots one back out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ordonez, since coming off the disabled list, has been on base in 10 of the 13 in which he has played. Here's the 2-2. Inside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. There are nights where obviously the ankle feels well enough to play every night, but there are nights where Ordonez runs the bases extremely well, and then there are nights where he still labors a little bit, and that's just something he's going to have to play through. The 3-2, and it's fouled again down the right field line.
His ankle still bothering him?
Well, that may be a little bit of a strong way of putting it, but Jim Leland was talking about this the other day. It seems like some nights when he goes first to third, he is really letting it rip. His effort is always there, but sometimes he doesn't have enough, and so that ankle may not be quite where it needs to be, but certainly strong enough to play. And there's a base hit. 2-out single for Maglio.
th start tonight for Bumgarner. He comes in with 9 losses, but you take a look at the earned run average, it's just a shade under 4, and with an earned run average that low, obviously he's not getting a lot of run support. As a matter of fact, he's getting less than 3 runs of support every time he takes the mound. It's tough to win that way.
Cabrera takes a strike on the inside part of the plate, 0-1. Miguel 10 for 23 on this homestand. And because of that, his average has bumped up to 332. Shoots one right back up the middle into center, and it whizzed right by the ears of Madison Bumgarner.
You know, we kept talking about Brennan Bosch. We talked a lot about Victor Martinez in the month of June. We talked about Peralta quite a bit in the month of June. And we forgot all about Cabrera. He had a better month than all of them.
376 in June for Miguel.
And we forgot about him. Didn't talk about him a lot.
You know why? It's just because I think we expect it. And it's not as impressive as when other guys do it, but it really is awfully impressive.
When I voted for Player of the Month today, I thought it was a lot that Victor would get it because of what he did. But then I looked at Miguel's numbers and I'm like,
they were better.
They were better.
Well, he got 2 votes because I voted for him as well. There's a strike call on Martinez. Victor, now these aren't too shabby. I mean, 370. He's knocked in 18, or did, in the month of June. But Cabrera's were a little bit better. Better average, more power. The 0-1. And here are Cabrera's numbers from June.
7 home runs, 19 ribbies, and he walked 22 times, which meant he was touching home plate quite frequently.
Oh, 0-2. Fouled back out of play.
I was talking about these 3 guys today when we did our open. And I don't know if he's going to strike out or not here, but that's what makes these 3 hitters so good. Ordonez, Cabrera, and Victor. They're career 300 hitters, but they don't strike out that often. They usually put the ball in play with authority.
Maglio put it into play into right field, and then Cabrera shot a missile up the middle into center field. And Martinez trying to give the Tigers an early lead. The 0-2. Missed it inside. Good firm fastball inside from Bumgarner, and that makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Madison was the 10th overall pick in the 2007 draft.
You can see why. Big left-hander, 6'5", with a power arm, throwing fastballs in the mid-90s. He and that kid we saw a couple of weeks ago, Clayton Kershaw, they're going to be pretty good.
Bouncing ball to third, right at Sandoval, who tags the bag for the out. Inning over. No runs, couple of hits, 2 left. To the second we go. '49. Ram trucks, guts, glory, Ram. And by Arby's, stop by today and try the new shroom and Swiss sandwich. Arby's, it's good mood food. Well, right outside Comerica Park, all of the old English D's were being painted onto the street. That one from 1917. Nifty artwork there. Are you artistically inclined?
I was pretty good at doing a little finger paint and whatnot when I was a youngster. Had good penmanship.
Really?
I could color too. Kept it in between the lines.
I guess that counts. Here comes Cody Ross as we go to the second. Ross, Burrell, and Shearholz. And a really, really nice night here in downtown Detroit. Summer has finally kicked in. Brad Penny misses high to Cody Ross, batting .263.
It should be a great weekend of baseball here at Comerica Park tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday afternoon, which is Kids Day.
The 1-0. Lifted to center field. Jackson. And Ross is out, one gone. We'll bring up the DH Pat Burrell. A lot is made about how the American League is at a disadvantage when they go to National League parks and interleague play because the pitchers have to hit, where in the AL parks the NL teams get the DH, but the DH really hasn't helped San Francisco all that much. Their DHs this year are just 2 for 11. And last year they were 2 for 22. Bruce Bochy, a two-time National League Manager of the Year, won it all last season, defeating Texas in 5. Well, this should be Burrell's spot in the lineup, but it's not. It is Shearholz.
Well, either we have a wrong lineup or they're hitting out of turn.
We double check our lineup card. It says Burrell should be batting right now. And it says Burrell on the scoreboard, but this is Shearholz, who lines one back up the middle into center.
Well, we'll see. If apparently the only ones that matter are the ones that are exchanged at home plate before the game starts.
So that should have been Burrell. It wasn't. This should be Shearholz. It's not going to be. And they just announced the wrong batter as well. This is Crawford coming up right now. So everything's all messed up. What do we have here?
Yeah, looks like somebody was scratched and we didn't get it.
Nope. And they scratched the ones on the San Francisco lineup too. Thanks for letting us know, guys. Appreciate it.
Yep, we appreciate that.
So Crawford batting right now.
And Burrow is scratched, obviously.
That takes some major surgery now on the score sheet. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Crawford fouls it back out of play. White out. Somebody get the white out. Crawford batting .202. Bouncing ball, first base side. Cabby spins and throws it into left field. Wells will back it up. That looked like a potential double play ball.
At least one out. Should have been at least one out. Ball might have been a little high by Cabrera, but the ball should be caught by Peralta.
So that'll put runners at first and second. Bill Hall steps in now, so he was the addition to the lineup. Bill Hall, the DH. Penny delivers a strike 0-1 on Hall. And the 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Bill Hall had a pretty good year last year playing for the Boston Red Sox. Dustin Pedroia was on the disabled list the majority of the year, and Bill Hall filled in nicely. In the offseason, he signed as a free agent with the Houston Astros because he was going to be there every day. Second baseman, that didn't work out, and now he finds himself in a San Francisco Giants uniform.
Driven to center field on a line. Jackson gets over there and makes the catch. Runners will tag but hold, and there are 2 gone.
But Hall's best years may have come in a Milwaukee Brewers uniform.
That'll bring up Stewart, the catcher. Stewart batting just 190. Called up after Buster Posey was put on the disabled list. Ball 1.
Crawford not doing a whole lot with the bat, but the scouting report that I've gotten on him is that he can really throw from behind that plate. He has an absolute hose to Stewart.
And that one missed as well. 2-0 on Chris Stewart. High fly foul back out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. Penny trying to pitch out of a jam here. A couple of singles in the second. He was helped out by Casper Wells back in the first when Wells threw a runner out at the plate, keeping it a scoreless game. Oh, with the lid.
Look what I found.
Oh, nicely done.
Taking that standing 0-2.
And the 2-1. Ground ball, Inge, tough play. Fires to second for the force. That'll end the inning. No runs, couple of hits, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the second. And we mentioned that the Giants really aren't all that adept offensively, but pitching wise, a whole different story.
They've got a tremendous pitching coach first and foremost, who was an outstanding pitcher himself in Dave Rigetti. And this is how they win their games. This is how they're in first place. They can pitch. Really pitch. And really, it's just a continuation of what they did last year in September when their staff collectively had an earned run average of 1.78 for the month of September.
Johnny Peralta leads it off. Peralta, Rayburn, and Avila against Bumgarner.
How do you go an entire month with a staff for 1.7 ERA?
Lincecum, Kane.
Well, yeah, you got it.
Bumgarner.
Yeah, you're right.
I can go on, I guess.
Yeah, you're right. But that's special, though.
Yep,
that's how they got in.
Peralta has hit safely in 8 straight. Fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnny 12 for 27 this homestand. And as we approach the All-Star break, Peralta batting .313. Had a nice month of June. In on the hands that time and rolls it to the shortstop. Crawford throws him out.
Hey, fans, don't miss your chance to see the Tigers and the Giants tomorrow night at 7:05 and Sunday afternoon at 1:05. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or log on to tigers.com.
The interleague play winding down. Just 2 more opportunities tomorrow and then Sunday. Then the Tigers are back out to the West Coast. Here's Rayburn. Ryan batting .207. Down the middle it comes. Strike 1 from Bumgarner. The 0-1. Lifted to right field. Shallow. Shearholes coming in. 2 up, 2 down. And that'll bring up Alex Avila. Alex has had a good homestand. 6 for 18. Temperature in the mid-80s at the start of this ball game here tonight. We've had much better weather in June than we did in May. Of course, that's why we had all the rainouts in May, the bad weather, which took away a couple of off days this month. Tigers still in that stretch of 37 in 38 days. And that'll obviously come to an end for the All-Star break, where the Tigers will have 4 days off, of course, not counting the ones that will go to the All-Star game. The 0-1 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike on Avila. Two and 1. Bumgarner did not spend a whole lot of time in the minor leagues. We mentioned he was a draft pick in 07. The very next year in 08, he won the Triple Crown for pitchers in the South Atlantic League, leading the league in wins, ERA, and strikeouts. Reaffirming the Giants that they did a pretty good job in selecting him 10th overall in 07.
That will get you on the fast track to the big leagues.
6'5", 235. High school kid out of North Carolina, Hickory, North Carolina. And a swing and a miss. Avila goes down, and the inning is over. A 1-2-3 frame for Bumgarner. Tigers baseball tonight is presented by Bell Tire.
also mention that the Tigers have played 37 of the last 38 days. They have not had a lot of time to themselves, but a few of the guys that had last night off were doing something really good for the community. They were actually out in Troy at CJ Mahoney's, giving back for a little fundraiser and event there. Some of them even actually got behind the bar. We're talking about Phil Koch, Alex Sevilla, Casper Wells was out there, Brennan Bosch, Benoit made an appearance. The guys just mingling with the fans and really trying to help raise some money for the Detroit Tigers Foundation. That money, of course, going to help local Little Leagues in the Detroit metro area. So having a good time, even though it was their night off, they felt like, hey, I'll go give back to the community and hang out with the fans. Mario and Rod, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Shannon, thank you. That is terrific. And these Tigers are really, from top to bottom, they all are very good within the community. And Alex Sevilla taking part as well. So awfully nice of our Tigers to give back. And they do a great job of it. Brad Penny goes back to the mound as we go to the third. Still a scoreless game here in game one of this three-game series. And Aaron Rowan stands in and takes strike one. A double to start the game, a bloop double to right field. Eventually was thrown out trying to score. Rowan now is 5 for 9 career against Penny with his double back in the first inning. Said Brad's number. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Stays alive. Rowan has played center, right, and left. He's also DH'd for the Giants in interleague play.
Brad does his best work when he's able to get ahead of you, because that allows him to get to his breaking ball, and he can throw it off the plate, and he can even change speeds with his breaking ball, and he gets Rowan to swing right over the top of one.
There is Emmanuel Burris. Bunted his way on with a base hit back in the first inning. And Penny hits the outside corner, strike one. Brad came in 6-3 lifetime against the Giants, 3.05 ERA. Little chopper foul. Penny last year didn't make too many starts for the Cardinals because of an injury. He did make one against the Giants. He went 7 2/3, allowing 8 hits, no runs. So he was dominant on that night.
He pitched briefly for the Giants a couple of years ago.
The 0-2. Chopper back up the middle. Rayburn backhanding it. And he got him by half a step. 2 gone as we send you back to the studio. Time for a game break. Here's Mickey York. Yeah, they are, and they're probably going to be coming hard too as the season progresses here, Mick, because they've got themselves a pretty good team. They really haven't been playing all that well. Really inconsistent. Hall, or I should say Sandoval rather, flies one to left, and that's going to be that. Wells balls it in, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Brad Penny. Go to the bottom of the third. AT by Zookeeper in theaters July 8th. And by Kraft Foods, make today delicious. No runs, 2 hits for Detroit. No runs, 3 hits for the Giants. As we go to the bottom of the third, Brandon Inge, the bottom of the lineup, leads it off. Number 9 hitter facing Madison Bumgarner. Inge and then Jackson and then Wells. Brandon's first at bat of the ball game, has a couple of hits on this homestand, and he bounces one to third right at Sandoval. And Inge is out of there, 1 gone. 5 in a row retired by Bumgarner. And now the top of the lineup coming up, Austin Jackson. Got word on Pat Burrell he was scratched due to right foot soreness. And apparently was an extremely late scratch. Jackson, the batter, he struck out in the first. Ball 1 high. One on Jackson.
Apparently, second time through the batting order, Madison has some issues. The batting average goes all the way up to 328. 240 first time around.
One and two. Fouled straight back. Bumgarner, as we mentioned, had some really good numbers in the minor leagues. In fact, in 62 minor league starts, he was 34-6 with a 2 ERA, and even 2. The minor leagues, no match for Bumgarner. 2-2, the count on Austin Jackson. And he is part of a dynamic staff in San Francisco. And again, as we talked about at the top of the show, no Lincecum, no Kane in this series. But they do get Bumgarner. They'll get Vogelsong in the third game. 3-2. Casper waiting on deck. Full count pitch. On the ground, left side. It's through, a base hit. Out of the reach of Brandon Crawford. Jackson is on with 1 out.
Hey fans, baseball's biggest stars will gather soon in the Arizona desert for one spectacular night in this summer's biggest event, as Fox brings you every thrilling moment of the 2011 MLB All-Star Game. Coverage begins Tuesday, July 12th, live from Phoenix at 8 p.m. Eastern on your local Fox station.
Sunday is when the teams will be announced. That's when Alex Avila will find out, hopefully, that he is headed to Phoenix with a few of his teammates. Jackson has stolen his last 12 in a row. He is 14 out of 16 this year.
If he is thinking about stealing another base here, he better get a good jump. It's more difficult to steal against left-handers. And then you add in the strong arm of the catcher, Stewart.
Wells got caught in between there, was trying to pull it back, but he went around. He offered, said home plate umpire Dan Bellino. Tigers had 2 aboard in the first inning, but could not score. Singles by Ordonez and Cabrera, their only scoring chance. Check swing, rolls foul. 0-2. Giants at 46-36, 2 up in the National League West entering play today. While the Tigers had a half-game lead over Cleveland in the American League Central, so a pair of first-place teams doing battle here this weekend. One and two on Wells. Casper responsible for keeping this a scoreless game, throwing a runner out at the plate. Aaron Rowan back in the first inning when the Giants had first and third, nobody out. That took Penny off the hook in that frame. And the 1-2. Bumgarner trying to sneak a fastball by Wells, who got a piece of it. 1-2 the count stays on Casper. Ordonez will be next.
Apparently Jackson cannot get a good jump off of Madison because he's still standing at first base. And he's been kind of fearless this year at stealing second base. Doesn't stay at first very long when he feels like he has a chance to run.
Two and two. Driven to center on the line. Rowan coming on. And Jackson will retreat. Hit it hard, but Wells is out. And there are two gone now for Maglio Ordonez.
That was a quality at bat by Casper Wells. Even though he did not get a base hit, he saw several pitches from Madison. And you can see the center fielder shading him in that direction, which meant Rowan had very little room to go to make that play.
So Ordonez with two outs. Mags a single back in the first, a 5-game hitting streak now. And while Ordonez has made it back from the disabled list, the Tigers, and more specifically Kevin Rand, the head athletic trainer, talking about a couple of other Tigers before the game today, saying Al Albuquerque had an MRI, nothing but inflammation in his elbow, so hopefully he'll be back by the end of the All-Star break. And the other hot topic was Carlos Guillen, who is starting a rehab in Toledo now. He's been bumped up from Lakeland to Toledo. And that's where he'll play probably the next 10 days through the break.
Albuquerque a couple of days ago didn't look quite right. I believe he walked 3 in that outing that he had.
Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Ordonez. So without Albuquerque, that is certainly a major piece that the Tigers are missing now on the DL, and Lester Oliveros was called up. 5 saves down at Toledo. Two on Ordonez. On one sharp hop to the shortstop, Crawford, who spins for the out at second.
Nice play by Crawford.
No runs, 1 hit, 1 left, 3 in the books. Still no scoring. In baseball this year, and it cost Buster Posey the rest of the season. He was hammered at home plate, and just a couple of days after this collision, he had his ligaments in his left ankle that were torn repaired, and they also had to insert a couple of screws in his left leg as well. So just a gruesome injury for Buster Posey, and a good young talent, and you always hate to see a good young player like that lose the rest of the year.
That's a tough break for Bruce Bochy and his entire team, but it's also a tough break for baseball fans across the country. And because Buster Posey was an outstanding player and a better person from what they tell me.
Here is Aubrey Huff to lead it off. Giants coming to the plate here in the fourth inning. It's been a relatively quiet game so far. No runs, 3 hits for both sides, although the Giants did have a man thrown out at home plate. And Penny delivers a strike on Aubrey Huff, who flied out back in the first inning.
What's your take on the whole catchers thing? Some people say they should make a rule that you can't have a violent collision like that, or they want to change the ruling. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I've gone back and forth on that over and over and over. I was talking to Alex Avila actually before the game about that today, and he knows that his job is to protect the plate and keep that run from scoring. And a byproduct of that is every now and then you're going to get leveled.
There are some managers nowadays, and I don't know if Jim is one of those managers, but they're telling their catchers not to block the plate. A young catcher like Alex, for instance. I mean, we just saw Buster Posey get crushed, and there's some general managers and managers telling their catchers, you know what, you're more important than that one run is.
That's back out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Here's an example of Avila yesterday. A tremendous throw from the outfield from Brendan Bosch. And Alex blocks the plate with his left foot. Just a really good block. But I think the difference there is his body's not in the baseline. And I think that's when base runners tend to run you over, is when you are in the baseline and they don't see in area at all to slide to.
Well, I think in the Posey case, though, he was in front of the plate, wasn't he?
Well, who hit him? What's kid's name?
Cousins just shoulder rolled.
Cousins could have slid. I mean, he might have got tagged out, but he didn't really have to veer in the direction that he veered in to hit him as violently as he hit him.
Here's the 2-2. Alex was saying before the game today that a reporter asked him after the game last night, did you consider not blocking the plate on that play? And he said, no, absolutely not. That's not my job. My job is to keep that run from scoring. He said, now, if he wanted to, he really could have planted me and messed me up, but he didn't.
Well, apparently Jim has told him to continue to block the plate.
High fly ball. Right center field. Ordonez. He's under it.
Let's take you back to last year. Eric Burns was playing for the Seattle Mariners, and they made a trip in here to Comerica Park, and there was a play at the plate, and let's see where Alex is. Burns had nowhere to slide there. That's the difference there. He's in front of the plate and he's on the baseline, which means there's nowhere for Burns to go.
Burns also gave Avila a forearm shiver to the face there.
But also something on that play right there, Alex was able to brace himself for contact. He was able to get low enough to, even though he said that's the hardest he'd ever been hit as a catcher, he was still able to get low enough and get in an athletic position to take that blow.
Cody Ross.
Your son catches. Has he ever been ran over at home plate? They don't let him run kids over.
No, not at that age. No, he's never really gotten into a violent collision. But the one that Avila got into with Burns there, I mean, that was a doozy. Check swing roller back up the middle into center.
Now let's take one more look at Posey, and he's taking the throw from right field. He's not even looking, and he turns, and he simply just wanted to apply the tag. He didn't have time to really brace himself, and I don't even think he caught the ball.
Meanwhile, Cousins could have easily hook slided right there, or hook slid, whatever the correct term is, and gotten in there. But man, did he lay one on Posey. One of the biggest plays of the season. It cost San Francisco their fine young catcher for the rest of the year.
Well, the number 4 hitter.
That is hooking and foul.
They're missing their number 2 hitter and Freddie Sanchez, who's a good 300 hitter. And they're missing their number 4 hitter in Buster Posey. But Bruce Bochy keeps them rolling.
A former catcher himself.
Good man. Good manager. Really good manager.
And on our next road trip, we're going to see the Angels, who are managed by a guy who made a reputation by blocking the plate, Mike Scioscia. Bochy has the Giants in first in the National League West. One ball, one strike on Nate Shearholz. 1 on, 1 out here in the 4th. Driven to center field. Jackson on his horse. He'll get there. Busting it back to the bag is Ross, and he'll get back in there. He was at second when that ball was caught.
Austin Jackson gets outstanding breaks in the outfield, and he always takes very good routes. He runs that one down, and as you mentioned, Ross was already on second base, and he was around the bag. He knows he has to touch it when going back to first base, but able to get back rather easily on that play. That's good base running by Cody Ross.
Here's Brandon Crawford. Crawford a single back in the second. UCLA product is Brandon Crawford. And he looks at one just a tad low. 2 balls, no strikes.
Crawford's a good shortstop. Probably rushed to the major leagues because of some of the injuries that the Giants have had, but he is their shortstop of the future.
That's outside, 3-0. Speaking of the term the future, that's what the kids in the minor leagues nicknamed Madison Bumgarner, because they had the freak at the big league level, which is Lincecum, and they called Bumgarner the future after he was rolling through the minor leagues.
And it appears they tagged him appropriately.
It's a walk for Penny on 4 straight pitches. So that'll put 2 aboard for the Giants and bring up the veteran Bill Hall. Hall fly to center his first time up. A late addition to the lineup. He is the DH. Burrell was scratched because of a sore foot. Breaking ball bends in there for a strike on the outer edge. 0-1 on Hall. Giants trying to recover after back-to-back walk-off losses in Chicago against the Cubs. They got a run from Sandoval and a home run late in extra innings last night. Only to have the Cubs come back and score a ton in the bottom of the inning and win it. 1 ball, 1 strike. And then the previous night they lost in walk-off fashion as well. So they're coming off of 2 really tough losses.
The Giants yesterday got a hit in the 3rd inning. They didn't get another hit until the 13th inning yesterday.
Yeah, they went 10 1/3 hitless innings. I think it was Sandoval that got both hits.
You're correct.
Chopped foul.
A single, hit a home run in the 13th.
One and 2 on Bill Hall.
Bill Hall was here with the Milwaukee Brewers in 07, and of course Justin Verlander threw a no-hitter when his club was in town. I believe he walked 3 times in that game, though. JV did not throw him a lot of strikes for whatever reason. I think Bill Hall was going really good at that time. I don't think JV pitched around him, but I believe He walked him 3 times that day.
Well, the year before, in 06, he hit 35 home runs.
Yep.
And the 1-2. 2-2 on Hall.
If you weren't with us earlier, I told you that Bill started the year with the Houston Astros and was let go, and he wasn't out of work very long. The Giants had an injury. Bill Hall was available, and they got themselves a quality big league player.
And the 2-2. Chopper left side of the infield. Inge screened by the runner, makes the play and throws it out. No runs, a hit, a walk, 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Holds the team record with 7 wins in 1 month and a sub-1 ERA. It was in September of 1956. They're feeling charitable in the truck tonight, giving you a little bit of a hint.
Thank you.
Verlander had 6 wins in the month of June, and he'll be your pitcher of the month.
Didn't he have a sub-1 ERA?
He did. There's a ball outside to Miguel Cabrera as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning.
I read someone's story today, and they were talking about Verlander, and they said it was one of the best pitching months in the history of the game. History of the game.
Well, it was awfully impressive. It was awfully dominating. Even yesterday, when he didn't have his best stuff, he gave up just 1 measly run. That's in the center field for Rowan, and 1 gone.
The other guy had a pretty good month himself.
Whoa. A 0.21 ERA.
1.5. 3 shutouts in a row. He didn't walk that many. Verlander with 54 strikeouts and 6 walks. 2 complete games. 2 dominant pitchers.
Here's Victor Martinez. If you had to select one pitcher to start a franchise, would he be your man?
Verlander?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, he would. Yes, he would.
There are some guys that have had the type of success that Verlander has had, but not with his stuff, which kind of leads you to believe that the best is yet to come for this guy.
Last year, I probably would have taken Felix Hernandez. But this year, hands down, Justin Verlander is the guy for me.
And Martinez takes a strike. I would agree with that. I would think there's some guys that are very close, though. I mean, when you factor in, I guess if the question is you needed a guy to win one game right now, you could probably throw a few more guys in the mix.
No doubt. Halliday, Lee.
But when you're talking about the future, you know, you're talking about younger guys, and Verlander and Lincecum's got to be in that conversation, and Felix. 1-2 on Martinez.
Matt Cain of the Giants hasn't won any Cy Youngs yet, but boy, does he have some nasty stuff. I was watching him yesterday.
He gets overshadowed, I think, a little bit by Lincecum.
The Giants minor league system and their scouting directors, they're all kind of have pitching backgrounds.
Chop to the right side. Burris.
And that kind of shows up in the players that are showing up in the big leagues. I mean, you got Cain, you got Bumgarner, you've got Lincecum. I mean, they're drafting some quality big league pitchers, but it appears that the position players aren't coming the way the pitchers are. I think Dick Tidrow runs their minor leagues. Pat Dobson also works over there, former pitchers. Pitchers stick together. You know that.
Yes, they do. Johnny Peralta, the batter. Jonathan Sanchez on their staff is 4-5, but his ERA is 3.8. Although I guess in the National League that's not quite as impressive as it would be in the American League, but still it's sub 4. One ball, one strike on Peralta. Make it 2-1. Johnny is 0 for 1, a ground out to the shortstop. And that is chopped foul, third base side. 2-2. The Tigers have managed only 3 hits against Madison Bumgarner. And 2 of them were singles back in the first inning, and then a base hit by Jackson in the third. Rayburn waiting on deck. And he just missed. 3-2 on Peralta. Wind is starting to pick up now here at the ballpark. The 3-2. Driven high in the air to left. On the move is Ross to the track. He'll make the catch in front of the wall. And that is that. Johnny gave him a thrill, but not deep enough.
Silly, but I have to say the Tigers are really giving away some good swag this weekend. If you came to the game today, you were getting a cooler. Tomorrow, you're getting one of these fun little bucket hats that have the D on them if you're coming to the game tomorrow. But Sunday, if you were a kid, that is the best day to be here. And my new friend Chance is going to model this for you. They might have the freak and they might fear the beard over in San Francisco, but we have Verlander, and they're giving away capes for kids on Sunday. Show them how it's done. I feel like if you're going to be a superhero, you've got to run up the stairs like this, you guys. You can kind of see the cape going behind me. And it's even fun, too, because all of our truck guys have capes as well. Take a look at this. Mario and Rod, I'll send it back up to you.
Oh, my goodness. I'm fairly speechless right now.
If Verlander was pitching on Sunday, I'd put one of those capes on, too.
That's a good look there, Brady. Good job.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I wonder if Shannon can now leap tall buildings in a single bound.
You have to love Shannon. She is all in. Love her.
By the way, Brad Penny back to the mound as we go to the 5th inning. Look at her. She
must have had some good coffee tonight.
She's got the hat going. She's got the cape going.
She's a beauty.
Yeah, you got to love Shannon, man. She's a good sport.
Hey, I didn't have any jungle juice, Rod. I know that's what you're wondering. There was no jungle juice, but this cape has been like the biggest hit. All the people in the press box right now, they're like, oh, can I get one early for my kids? I secretly think that they want them for themselves. I'm keeping this one for sure. That's for sure.
I would, too.
By the way, now we have to re-explain what jungle juice is. For those that don't know, that, of course, is one of the beverages you can get out in the jungle in right field. Here at the ballpark, Chris Stewart is the batter, and he lines one toward left field, sinking. Wells coming on.
Well, if you want that cape, you have to be here Sunday when the Tigers take on the Giants at 1:05. All kids 14 and under will receive a Justin Verlander superhero cape. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or log on to tigers.com.
And there you have it.
You'd sport that, wouldn't you?
I would. Actually, I would. Absolutely. Here's Aaron Rowan. There's a ball outside. He did not go on the check swing. Well, weatherman says it's going to be a nice weekend, so the temperature should be nice and warm. Come on down to the ballpark, get yourself a couple of giveaways this weekend, and see the Tigers take on the defending world champs. Now the 1-0. 2-0 on Rowan. Double and a strikeout in this game. Brad Penny has scattered 4 hits and has walked 1. The 2-0 pitch to center field, a base hit. Second hit of the ball game for Aaron Rowan. And that is 5 hits allowed by Penny. Here's Emmanuel Burris. It's a rumor going around that we better look over our shoulders.
She's welcome up here anytime.
Yep, she might be toting capes.
Or some groceries.
Burris had a bunt hit back in the first and a bounce out. 1 for 2.
Burris pretty much came up as a shortstop, but they feel like he's better suited at second base where he's playing now. And Crawford, as we told you when he was up at the plate, kid from UCLA, they like his skill set at shortstop.
Rowan at first base with 1 out. Burris is a kid that grew up in the D.C. area, and surprisingly, the D.C. area really hasn't produced too many big league players. In fact, before Emmanuel got to the big leagues, the last player to come out of D.C. was Willie Royster back in 1981.
Willie Royster.
Long time ago.
Kid's too busy playing hoops in D.C.
Emmanuel went to college, Kent State. Runner goes, and it's pulled on the ground. Nice play by Cabrera. Sprawling play at first base. He'll take the only out he has. And the runner advances.
When holding a runner on at first base, you have to shuffle off as quickly as you can to get yourself in a position where you can move laterally to make a play to your right or to your left. And a little mini dive there to the right by Cabrera to get the out with Rowan on the move.
That'll leave Rowan in scoring position with 2 away for Pablo Sandoval.
Well, he's their hottest hitter, which means Brad Penny needs to understand that he's got a base open with 2 outs. No need to mess with Sandoval.
Strike 1.
Did you see where 82% of the Giants games, 82% of their games this year have been decided by 3 runs or less?
I have. That's an incredible number. And when you consider the fact that they're 10 over, that
pitching staff
seems to point to that staff, which is 3rd in the league. 46 and 36 the Giants coming in. 0-2 on Sandoval.
Dave Righetti. He threw a no-hitter on July 4th. As a matter of fact, he threw a no-hitter for the New York Yankees.
And the 0-2. Slice to left center field. Looks like trouble. That ball is going to get down and go to the wall. Rowan will come around to score, and Sandoval goes to second base with an RBI double. 2 out, 2 base hit, scores the game's first run.
And you can see that Brad is upset with himself. He got ahead of the Kung Fu Panda with 2 strikes and threw him a breaking ball that stayed up, and he was able to get to it, and he sliced the ball to the right of Jackson, and Jackson couldn't run it down.
Here is Aubrey Huff. The 1-0 pitch. Checked his swing. Did he go? Avila wanted the appeal. Didn't need it, though. His home plate umpire, Dan Bellino, goes up with the right hand. Huff is 0 for 2. Couple of fly balls. And the 1-1. Of course, the Tigers picked up Huff a couple of years ago for the pennant stretch. That was 09, and he batted just 189.
Yeah, he scuffled when the Tigers got him.
There's a strike called. 2-2.
He and Jared Washburn that year looked like they were going to be really good pickups for the Tigers and get them into the postseason that year. But Washburn was hurt and he struggled. And he was sensational early in the year for the Seattle Mariners. And Aubrey also struggled down the stretch from an offensive standpoint.
Tigers thought they were going to get a little bit more power out of Aubrey than they got. In fact, he hit just a few home runs, batted 189 as we just showed you. And Huff, after leaving Detroit, put up some good numbers with San Francisco. Giants lead 1-0 on the RBI double by Pablo Sandoval. And the 2-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Huff, who began his career with the Tampa Bay, at that time, Devil Rays. He really had some nice seasons for them. Sandoval has just doubled in a run, the game's first run, his 19th RBI of the year. Panda's looking all the way around, see where the outfielders are. And the 3-2. Bouncer right back up the middle, and Peralta had it played perfectly. So the inning is over. They get a run. You're going to want to be here on Sunday so you can run up and down the aisles with your Verlander cape. Double by Pablo Sandoval. And so the Tigers now will head to the plate in the bottom of the fifth with the bottom three in their lineup. Trying to get that run back. They'll have Rayburn, Avila, and Inge facing the left-hander Madison Bumgarner, who so far has looked pretty impressive. No runs, 3 hits against Mr. Bumgarner. Rayburn flied out his first time up, and he looks at strike one. Rayburn batting .206. High towering fly, but it's going to go foul. Way foul.
Bumgarner tonight has 6 ground outs, just a couple of strikeouts, and 4 flyouts. That's how he's gotten it done here tonight.
One and two on Rayburn. Got him. Strike 3 called on Rayburn. 3rd strikeout for Bumgarner.
When the game ends, our coverage continues with Tigers Live as we bring you all the highlights, reaction, and analysis. Tigers Live from the Call Sam Studios and here at the ballpark immediately after the game on Fox Sports Detroit.
Here comes Alex Avila. Bumgarner last year formed a battery with Buster Posey in the World Series, and it was the first time that 2 rookies formed a battery in a World Series game since 1947. Yogi Berra did it with Spec Shea of the New York Yankees. So it hadn't been done in a while. 2 rookies in very important spots on the mound behind the plate.
They got it done too.
The 1-1. What does Leland keep saying? Give me talent. I'll take talent.
Game 4 of the World Series against the Texas Rangers. Youngest World Series starter since '81 when Fernando did it. Fernando was Rookie of the Year, Cy Young that year for the Dodgers.
Fernando Mania.
He started it. And he had that whole city buzzing.
The 1-2 to Avila, and he struck him out again. 4 strikeouts now for Bumgarner. There's that trivia question again. You had a chance to ponder it, so your time is up now. Which Tigers pitcher holds the team record with 7 wins in 1 month and a sub-1 ERA? It was September of '56. When? Frank Larry did it. He was actually numbers-wise better than Verlander that month. 7-0 with
7 complete games.
7 complete games. Wow. Yeah, I'm sure he was nice and fresh being September.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
No doubt.
Inge, the batter. One ball, 1 strike on Brandon, who bounced out back in the 3rd. Rolled foul, 1-2. Frank Larry, we are told, only had 20 complete games that year.
That's it.
20. One and 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Well, Bumgarner's not even breaking a sweat tonight. He has given up 3 hits. He has fanned 4. Has not walked anybody. Retired 7 straight. Two and 2 on Brandon. Ooh, just off the plate. 3 and 2 on Inge. If Brandon reaches, Jackson will be next. Tigers down by a run in the 5th. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 5 strikeouts. Bumgarner fans the side. Cody Ross getting set to lead things off. Let's go back to September of 2003. Cody Ross as a Tiger. First major league homer was a grand slam off Cliff Lee. Right here at Comerica Park. Victor Martinez actually was the catcher as well that night.
I forgot the park looked like that back in that day, where they had both bullpens in right field before moving them over to where they sit now.
He has undergone some changes over the years. But here is Ross leading it off.
Cody came up big for the San Francisco Giants last year when he was traded from the Florida Marlins to the Giants. He got some big hits for them second half of the season.
Tonight Ross is 1 for 2, single and a fly ball off Brad Penny. Sixth inning is underway with a strike called on Ross.
Cody has always been a dangerous fastball hitter. Really good fastball hitter.
Bouncing ball foul. Well, that was the good times for Cody Ross in a Tigers unit, but remember this. His very next at bat in a Tigers uniform, trying to beat out a sacrifice bunt. He landed awkwardly on his knee and injured that left knee running out the sacrifice bunt and tore his ACL, and that would be it for Cody Ross. But he has since rebounded nicely in his career because he had some really nice years in Florida. Oh, 2 on Ross.
Ooh, where was it?
That's what Brad Penny would like to know. Fox Track says.
Better yet, how does Cody lay off of it?
Borderline. Two and 2. Giants got a 2-out run in the 5th inning on a double by Sandoval, which makes 25 of the last 33 runs against the Tigers that have come with 2 outs. 25 of the last 33. Of course, the Mets had a ton of them in that 3-game series. That slapped back out of play. So the Giants maintain their 1-0 lead. Penny and Bumgarner have gone at it here tonight. Brad continues to pitch well against this San Francisco team. We told you coming in he was 6-3 career with a 3.05 ERA. Cody Ross leads San Francisco in walks with 26, and to kind of give you a comparison, although it's not a fair comparison, Miguel Cabrera leads the Tigers with 62. That's line to right field, and it'll drop. Base hit. Leadoff single as Ross gets his second hit. We go back to the studio now. Game break time with Mickey York. All right, thank you, Mickey. Well, that's not good news. Tigers came in with a half-game lead over the Indians. Ball 1 to Shearholz.
White Sox have already won their game today, too, against the Chicago Cubs. So the Tigers need to win this game.
Line drive, that'll go foul. I guess the first order of business is for the White Sox to get to 500, and they are just about there.
Yeah, they're there. We have quite a few games with both of those clubs, too, second half of the year.
Here's the 1-1. 2-1 on Shearholz, who singled in his first at bat, 1 for 2. Chopper right back to the mound. Penny fires to second. That's all they're going to get. It took too long to develop.
It's a nice job by Brad, though. There are some pitchers that would have come down and tried to force the issue and try to get a double play out of a ball that you don't turn double plays with. He takes his time. He makes sure that Peralta is there and just gives him one feed to get the one out. It's a nice job by Brad.
We'll bring up Brandon Crawford. Avila able to block it. Shearholtz holding at first base. 5 steals this year in 8 attempts. Avila this year is just under 30% in throwing runners out. And there's a strike call. 1 ball and 1 strike on Crawford. Penny attacking the bottom of the lineup here. 1 on, 1 out. We're in the 6th in a 1-0 game. One and 2. Crawford 2-time All Pac-10 at UCLA. Close. Extra step there for Shearholtz, but he got back.
Big Brad Penny's been up to at least 95 here today, I believe. Yes, he has. And he's gone as low as 74 with that real slow lollipop breaking ball. Those readings are courtesy of Comcast. If you're Brad, you want to make it happen right here. You want to make contact happen on this 2-2 count. You don't want to throw a ball here and run the count to 3-2 and give them an opportunity to start the runner. Well, He did just that.
The 8th pitch in that at bat.
Double play will be taken out of order unless Crawford hits something on the line in the infield.
Bouncing ball to third. Brandon has it. And he'll fire to first for the out. Soft ground ball. Crawford is out 5-3. Advanced the runner into scoring position. And now the Giants again will try and get a 2-out run. This game is available tonight in crystal clear high definition on Fox Sports Detroit HD. And it's sponsored by Comcast. Here is Bill Hall with 2 outs. And he grounds one to short. And Penny will get out of this inning, it appears, and he does. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 1-0.
Light freeze cam. If you missed it, the first inning, they had a runner on third, less than 2 outs. Casper Wells with a very nice catch in foul territory and a better throw to home plate. Avila was on the receiving end, and they were able to tag Aaron Rowand out for the second out of that inning, and Brad Penny went on to get out of that inning. Coors Light freeze cam is always brought to you by your Frost Brew Coors Light.
Casper Wells will be batting second in this inning. Austin Jackson leads it off.
How about that? To show a nice play. And he's in the on-deck circle.
There's a strike called on the leadoff man, Austin Jackson, who has a single and a strikeout in this game. Brad Penny has given up 1 run, 7 hits. Tigers offense needs to get going here. They're down by just a run. Meanwhile, Bumgarner has given up 3 hits, no runs.
Bumgarner has pretty much gotten it done with 1 pitch. I mean, his secondary pitches aren't above average yet. The fastball is from a left-hander at 95, but the curveball is kind of in between a curve and a slider, and the change is still work in progress. So, and what he has done, he is getting done with 1 pitch, the fastball.
1-5 at home for Bumgarner this year. An ERA of over 5. His best work has come away from San Francisco.
In his career, he's been stellar on the road.
One and two on Jackson.
Any comparisons between Kershaw and Bumgarner for you?
Well, they're both big. They're both lefties. They both throw hard.
That's it?
I mean, what do you think?
I think they're two of the better lefties we've seen this year. Obviously, you could throw CC Sabathia in that mix. He's big, strong, and physical. But most of the left-handers we've seen have been guys like, you know, Ted Lilly. I mean, guys that aren't hard throwers, guys that are kind of touch and feel guys.
Ooh, that one missed.
But very seldom do you see left-handers that have the ability to overpower you. I didn't mean to upset you with that question.
Well, no, I mean, I answered it. You asked it. Fastball. Throws hard. Big. Lefty. That's the 5th full count now that Bumgarner has had. Ooh, right back up the middle into center. That's a base hit. It's the 2nd hit of the game now for Jackson and just the 4th for the Tigers.
Last time Jackson was on first base, he could not get a good beat on, a good read on Bumgarner on the mound to try to steal second base. He stayed put for the most part.
Here's Casper Wells, who is 0 for 2. Jackson measuring his lead. And there he goes. He's going to give it a shot. The throw. Not in time. And dropped down there at second base as well.
Tremendous observation by Jackson. The first time he was on first base, Bumgarner would throw over once, and then he wouldn't throw over again the entire sequence while that batter was in the batter's box. He did that a couple of times when Jackson was on first base. That time, Jackson knew he wasn't going to throw over, and he was able to steal that base, even though Stewart behind the plate has a tremendous throwing arm.
Now a base hit gives the Tigers perhaps a run here and a tie. Instead, he's going to bunt it foul, and so now it's 0-2.
When I talk sometimes about guys on first base and the left-hander and them going first movement, that's exactly what Jackson did. As soon as the first movement of the right foot of Bumgarner went up, he was off and running. If he picks, he's out. Obviously, he pitched, so he was able to steal that base successfully. That's how you steal most of your bases against left-handed pitching.
15 steals in 17 tries for Jackson. Oh, he got him looking, and Wells can't believe that. Punched out of there by Dan Bellino. He thought it was high. It was close. Six strikeouts now for Bumgarner. And here is Ordonez. Maglio extended his hitting streak to a modest 5 games with a base hit back in the first. Really, the Tigers, up until now, only scoring chance. They had singles by Ordonez and Cabrera with 2 outs, but couldn't score. There goes Jackson to third. Here comes a throw. It's going to be in time. Wow. By a wide margin. That time, Stewart was equal to the task.
One of the things about trying to steal third base is you got to get a better secondary lead if you're Austin Jackson. He was going from a standstill position, and the throw was right on the bag, and he was out by a few feet. You've got to get your momentum carrying you toward that next base.
Maglio shoots one down the left field line. That'll go foul. So Jackson 1 for 2 on the base pass tonight.
It's good to see him attempt to steal third base because we haven't seen that out of Jackson a whole lot in the 2 years he's spent in the Tigers uniform.
Swing and a miss. Ordonez expands the strike zone. Down he goes, and just like that, 7 strikeouts, inning over. Brought to you by Bell Tire. Get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. And by Nissan's National 10 event, Big Ten, tremendous savings. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local dealer. Well, temperature at game time was in the mid-80s, and it's been a spectacular night here at the ballpark. 1-0 right now in favor of San Francisco.
Here's our Bell Tire pitch by pitch, and let's take a look at the youngster, Madison Bumgarner, who's had 7 strikeouts in this game, and the majority of them came with fastballs early, but he has mixed in some balls lately. And Stewart, the catcher, also calling for the fastball up with 2 strikes, and they've gotten a few swing and misses that way as well.
Tigers have only 4 hits. 7 for the Giants. They got a run in the 5th on the RBI double by Sandoval, and is held up so far. Stewart hits a ground ball foul just outside of the bag. Oh for 2 tonight for Chris Stewart. Ground ball, fly ball. He'll be followed by Rowan and then Burris. Bunted toward third, foul. Penny now has gone at least 6 innings in 5 of his last 7 starts for Detroit, as he pitches here into the 7th inning tonight, and he's hit the 100 plateau now in pitches thrown.
Yeah, very economical with most of the pitches thrown each inning. 21 the 4th, also through 21 in the 6th. A barometer for pitches throwing an inning anywhere from 14 to 16 is a good inning.
1-2 on Stewart. Stewart, a journeyman of sorts, has played with Chicago and New York, Texas, San Diego. And summoned to the big leagues courtesy of the injury to Buster Posey. Two balls, 2 strikes. Low, run at full now, 3-2. The newest Tiger, Lester Olivares, is warming up. As Penny crosses the 100 marker, and now Gene Lamont has gotten on the telephone. And the 3-2. Shallow right field. Rayburn and Ordonez, and Rayburn with a basket catch. 1 out.
Ryan Rayburn showed some range getting over to make this play, and it looked like he was the only one that could have made that play. It would have been very difficult for Cabrera to make, and Maglio wasn't going to get there.
Here's Aaron Rowand with 1 out. Big swing by Rowand. He singled with 1 out in the 5th. Eventually got to second base and scored the game's only run. That was on the Sandoval double in the 5th inning. Rowand now with 15 RBIs. He just continues to hit Penny very well. He's 2 for 3 tonight and 6 for 11 against him. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rowand. Grounded foul. One and 2 on Rowand. Played all 3 outfield positions this year for the Giants. Tonight he's out in center field. And that wind is howling tonight.
Yeah, it is.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good day to pitch. Wind blowing straight in a big ballpark.
And the 2-2. Got him, strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. Rowand didn't quite agree with that call, but he is out number 2. Well, you can vote for your Tigers McDonald's Player of the Game, presented by the Angus Third Pounder Deluxe. Using your cell phone, text Tigers followed by a space and the player's uniform number to 37338. That's 37338. Or you can vote online at foxsportsdetroit.com. Either way you'd like to do it. Here's Emmanuel Burris. Penny's season high this year is 112 pitches, and he did that way back in April against Seattle. He's at 110 as we speak. Here's the 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes on Burris. And now Penny has fallen way behind. 3 balls, no strikes. Burris went to Kent State, where he taught himself to switch hit when he was in college. There's Olivares warming up. And there's a 4-pitch walk, so a 2-out base runner. Second walk given up by Penny, and Jim Leland is going to make a change. Perhaps going to make a change. Has not signaled yet. Penny now a season high 113 pitches. And it looks like he's going to keep him in. So he will get a chance to face Sandoval, it appears.
The last time Sandoval came up, he came up in a situation where there was 2 outs. It was the 5th inning, and Brad Penny had a base open, and he hung him an 0-2 breaking ball, and the rest is history. He has driven in the only run of this game. Don't know what Jim had to say to him, but he probably has something to say about not letting this guy beat you.
19th RBI of the season for Sandoval in his last at bat.
In case you're wondering about Burris over on first base, he has 5 steals.
And there he goes, and is popped up left field. Casper Wells under it. 2 in the inning. No runs, a walk. 1 man left. Brad Penny, 1 run through 7.
Noah Jensen from Scottville, Michigan, and he's actually the winner of our KidCaster competition, and you had a chance to do some pretty incredible things today. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I got to interview Brandon Inge today, which was really exciting. I never thought I could do this at a young age. I also got to meet a few players, Bill Koch, who's a real character, Andy Dirks, and Charlie Furbish. That was really cool. I also got to meet Rod and Mario, which they're pretty cool.
You know, you mentioned earlier meeting Rod and Mario. Rod and Mario, you're going to want to watch out for this guy. He already has a radio show in the mornings, and he's a PA announcer for the high school, and he's only 14. So I'm going to go ahead and say you're going to want to watch out. 20 years from now, this kid's probably going to have your job. Back to you guys.
Oh, yeah, Shannon, we've got the lowdown. Don't worry. We know what's going on there with Noah. He's tremendous. Had a chance to visit us in the booth, and so we were glad to be able to show him around here today.
Sharp young man.
Did a really good job interviewing Brandon Inge.
He thinks we're cool. He said sort of cool.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that. He said Phil Koch was really kind of neat.
Yeah.
You know, and Rod and Mario were kind of cool.
Sort of cool. He dropped on us.
That's all right.
It's all good.
Here is Cabrera. Tigers need a run to tie here, down by 1 in the 7th.
You have to be impressed with what Madison has done here today against this Tigers offense. I know the calendar has turned to the month of July, but they were the best team in the American League from a batting average standpoint in the month of June. Tremendous numbers, but he has slowed them down tonight.
Bumgarner has now gone at least 6 innings in 12 of his last 13 starts, as he pitches here in the 7th with that gale force wind blowing in.
He's also giving his bullpen a blow here today. They played a 13-inning game yesterday in Chicago. I believe Barry Zito's going on 3 days rest when he gets the ball.
High fly ball, right field. It'll stay in the park, though. Sheer hole, Sunder.
High fly balls today will be knocked down. You got to hit it on the line to hit a home run today.
Comerica game summary tonight. Can't ask for a whole lot more than you've gotten from Brad Penny. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. 115 pitches, a season high. Bumgarner last 2 outings, awfully good. 18 strikeouts in 13 1/3. Giants 2 out of 9. Tigers 0 for 2 with men in scoring position. So neither team really all that good in their scoring chances. The Tigers just have had fewer than the Giants.
It kind of says a lot about Bumgarner, the fact that his last couple of starts have been tremendous, counting this one after having that really bad start 3 starts ago when he only pitched 1/3 of an inning.
In there for a strike on Victor Martinez. He gave up 8 runs in 1/3, which blew his ERA up.
The Twins went single double, single double, single double. Well, you get the single double. It's exactly what they did. And all 8 of them scored.
0-2 on Martinez.
He's mixing in more breaking balls now. And he was throwing lots of fastballs early, but now here in the later innings, he has gone to that secondary pitch, and it's a big breaking ball. They call it a slider, but it's more like a curveball.
There's a base hit into left center. That 0-2 pitch.
That time he didn't get the fastball up as high as his catcher Stewart wanted him to get it up.
Just the 5th Tigers hit in this game.
Victor also climbed the ladder to get that 0-2 pitch. That's up around the Old English D.
Peralta hit a deep fly ball in his last at bat. .311 batting average.
We always talk about Cabrera in the 7th inning or later. Cabrera has been, Peralta has been just as good this year. .410. 7th inning or later.
One and one. Bumgarner's high is 121 pitches in a single game this year. He's at 107 right now. 1-2 on Peralta. Well, Tiger scoring chances have been few and far between tonight. They had 2 hits in the first. That came with 2 outs and they didn't score. Jackson singled and swiped a bag back in the 6th inning, but eventually was caught trying to steal 3rd. Jim Leland looks over the numbers. The 1-2 inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just off the plate. So the count is full. 3-2.
I believe it's way too risky to let Victor run here. We'll see what Jim does, though.
Runner goes, swing and a miss. Now they're going to throw behind him. Victor heading to second. The throw not in time.
Wow, did they botch that? Tigers will take it, though. Victor Martinez was running on the pitch. It's strike 3. And he's caught in no man's land about right now. Stewart comes up and throws behind him, and Victor alertly takes off for second base, and Aubrey throws off balance, a high throw, and they can't get the out.
So that leaves Martinez in scoring position. Ryan Rayburn trying to drive him in.
Victor will get credit for a stolen base.
That
for
he
that.
will. Just first.
Yep.
Just out of curiosity, I wonder how many he had last year. There's a strike call. Martinez had exactly 1 steal last year. Popped up, heading back to the seats. See if the wind will take it there. It will. 1-2 on Rayburn. A fly ball and a strikeout tonight for Ryan. Tigers need a base hit right here. They have the tying run in scoring position. Swing and a miss. Wow. Bumgarner with 9 strikeouts. You're watching Tigers baseball tonight, presented by Bell Tire. Here at the ballpark, the Giants on top. Tigers have only 5 hits in this game. And Brad Penny, well, he did a terrific job tonight, but he will depart the scene. We have a wall-side windows pitching change, and here comes Lester Oliveros, who was called up to make his major league debut tonight.
He was pitching some pretty good baseball in the minor leagues. Here are his totals in 26 games down there, 3-2 with a respectable earned run average. And the opponent's batting average was just .221 against Oliveros, making his major league debut.
Started the season at Double-A, posted really good numbers there. His ERA was a little bit elevated at Triple-A. It was over 4. He's out of Maracay, Venezuela, and he is only 23 years old. So Oliveros, in a 1-0 game in the 8th, comes into pitch, making his big league debut. Not exactly the type of situation Leland had hoped for, but this is what he has to go with right now. There's a ball up high to Aubrey Huff.
And Ryan Rayburn from his second base position playing about 10 steps in the outfield grass, with Aubrey Huff being up, a dead pull hitter on the ground. .34 to right field. You can see why they play him that way. Gives Rayburn a little bit more room to maneuver on a ground ball.
There's a strike call.
Good changeup. Nice pitch. 80 miles an hour, a little fading action.
Got him, strike 3.
Ooh, 97.
Hands on hips. Huff says, what?
Where do we get all these hard throwers from? 80 with the changeup. Then he comes out of the same window, same arm slot, and he comes back with a 97-mile-per-hour fastball at the knees.
Sure looked like a strike, despite the reaction of Aubrey Huff. So in his first major league appearance, he strikes out Huff for his first batter. Here's Ross. Ball 1 to Cody. Oliveros had 25 saves last year in the minor leagues between 2 stops, A ball and Double-A, and Cody goes chasing a 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
This organization is full of guys that have some really good fastballs, 95 miles an hour and above. But you wouldn't think any differently than that, because those are the guys that they kind of looked for in the draft.
Strike call, 1 and 2.
Or free agents if they happen to be from somewhere else.
Swing and a miss. Ross goes down again. Out of the strike zone. 95 on the ground from Oliveros.
Hey fans, you can follow the Tigers with your MLB.com at Bat11 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get live audio pitch by pitch, tracking video highlights, and more. Text at BAT 31826 or visit Tigers.com.
That is the 4th strikeout for Tigers pitching tonight. 2 of them now for Oliveros in his big league debut. There's a strike on the outer edge to Shearholz, who tonight is 1 for 3, a single back in the second. Oh and 2. Bouncing ball left side. It'll find a seam. Base hit. Second hit of the night for Shearholz. And the Giants have their 8th hit tonight. That'll keep the inning going for Brandon Crawford. Single walk and a ground out for Crawford. Good pitch on the outer edge, 1-1. Runner goes. It is fouled back out of play. So send Shearholz back to first base. Two balls, 2 strikes. Tigers tomorrow will get Barry Zito. Max Scherzer will oppose him.
Barry Zito will be working on only 3 days of rest. when he takes the ball tomorrow.
ERA just a little under 5 for Cito. That's fouled away again with the runner going with 2 outs.
Which is kind of unheard of these days, where you have some teams with 6-man rotations these days. I think the Yankees are just talking about going to a 6-man rotation. Who else is that had a 6-man rotation that came in here earlier this year?
White Sox.
White Sox.
Yep. Guillen saying,
Yep.
we're going to do it through the All-Star break. Here's ball 4. And so put 2 runners aboard now after a quick start of strikeouts of Huff and Ross. There are 2 men on. And here comes Bill Hall. And Jim Leyland coming out. Slowly out to the mound. Is he going to take Oliveros out of the game? Doesn't look like it. Only Valverde is warming up right now.
He called for Peralta to come in. Apparently he needs a translator.
So far so good. Well, let's see what goes on here with Hall. He is 0 for 3. A couple of base runners here with 2 outs for San Francisco. We're in the 8th. 1-0 in favor of the Giants. And Hall trying to deliver a big 2-out hit. Giants got their run in the 5th with 2 outs. A double by Sandoval. First pitch is high, 1-0. One and one.
You can't catch up to the gas above the belt buckle when that pitcher is featuring 95 miles an hour and above.
Same result, 1 and 2.
You might as well climb the ladder, see if you can go a little higher and see if Hall will help you out a little bit. You don't want to make a mistake with a changeup here or anything off speed. And Billy hasn't caught up to the 2 fastballs that he has thrown him.
He fought that one off slowly down the third base line. Oliveros, quick throw, and he is out at first base.
Delayed call by Larry Vanover.
Nice play by Oliveros. And Hall appears to be a little bit gimpy. He's eventually going to call him out.
And he made a very good play. Able to pick this ball up and throw it to Cabrera. He bounced it, but Cabrera picked it on the other end. But there was no panic for the rookie making his major league debut in that situation. Runners on first and second. Made a real good pitch to Bill Hall. He jammed him, and then he made a good play.
Meanwhile, Bumgarner is still in there as we go to the bottom of the 8th. 115 pitches into this game. He will face Avila, Inge, and Jackson. First pitch is bounced to short. Routine hop there for Crawford. 1 pitch, 1 out. Alex 0 for 3. 9 strikeouts tonight for the Giants lefty. The only run in this game scoring in the 5th on the 2-out double by Pablo Sandoval. That is it. Inge has fanned twice. Run the count to 2-0 on Brandon. Whistled foul. Giants, as we mentioned earlier, have played a lot of close games this year. A lot of 3-run games, but a lot of 1-run games as well, where they've won just about 65% of them.
You have that great pitching.
Three-2, the count stays on Brandon.
No doubt their general manager, Brian Sabian, will be trying to get them a bat or two around the trade deadline to help them out. He did a nice job last year adding some pieces. Ross, Renteria, Pat Burrell. And they all came up big for them down the stretch.
Eighth pitch coming up in this at bat.
I believe Renteria was the MVP in the World Series.
You see 3-2. He walked him. Time run is on.
Tigers fans, it's easier than ever to find the seats you want or to sell the tickets to the games you can't make on StubHub, the official fan to fan ticket marketplace of the Detroit Tigers. Go to StubHub.com and choose your seats today. Fine looking crowd here tonight.
Bruce Bochy is coming out to the mound, and he will give his lefty a handshake, take the baseball, say thank you very much. And Sergio Romo coming out of the bullpen. game after 124 pitches, a season high, 7 1/3, 5 hits. He struck out 9 in this game. He is still responsible for the man at first base. And we've got the new pitcher in now, Sergio Romo.
He's a strikeout guy. He gets lots of strikeouts, and you can see what he does against right-handed batters. Right-handed batters hit only 130 against Romo, and it is drastically different for the left-handers. They hit 375, and that's why the Dirkster is in. 3 home runs the last 3 times Andy Dirks has gotten a chance to play for Jim Leyland's Tigers.
And he checks it foul back into the dugout. So Dirks to pinch hit here with 5 home runs this year. Make it 6 home runs this year. I beg your pardon. Batting .261. And there's your tying run, Brandon Inge. The 0-1. Make it 0-2 now on Dirks. He is pinch hitting for Austin Jackson.
For the most part, the Tigers have young kids in pinch hitting roles that come off the bench for Jim Late, but they have done okay. And pinch hitting, one of the toughest things to do in this game in the big leagues. But they've been okay at it.
The 0-2. Outside and high. Well, you've got Dirks, who's done a fabulous job with a couple of pinch hit homers. Don Kelly has done really well.
Yeah, pinch hit homer too.
And 3 for 6.
Peralta hit a pinch hit homer this year.
High fly ball, right field. This one will be swallowed by right center field, though. He gave the crowd a bit of a charge. 2 gone.
Looks like Casper Wells is going to be taken down for a pinch hitter as well.
Here's the bullpen ranks for the Giants. They've been good.
Man, can they pitch.
Don Kelly pinch hitting here. Oh boy. Here's the beard.
Brendan Bosch.
Bosch. Forgot about Bosch. You're just used to him in the starting lineup.
Talking to Bosch today in the clubhouse about pinch hitting. And he echoed exactly what I just said, how difficult it is.
Here comes Bochy.
He wants a left-hander, or he wants somebody else. He's already signaled.
Well, the Giants go right back to the bullpen. Romo does his job. He gets an out. We'll be back to Comerica.
To the Final Four, and they're going head-to-head to determine which is the most memorable of all time. Go to MLB.com/moments and vote now for your favorite moment. Tune in to 2011 All-Star Game on Fox Tuesday, July 12th to find out the winner.
So Bosch will be facing Javier Lopez, the former Boston Red Sox lefty.
He's been lethal against left-handed batters. Left-handed batters only hitting 107 against Lopez, and that's why he's in the game.
Lefties, though, have not dominated Bosch by any stretch of the imagination. 353. So with the tying run at first, 2 outs in the 8th. Bosch for Wells. And he pops it up foul, back out of play.
Oh, he got a hanging breaking ball right there, and he just missed it, and he knows it. Not a good breaking ball here by Lopez, and a great swing by Brennan. That's why Brennan has had success against left-handers. Look at that arm slot that Lopez is throwing from, but there was no give whatsoever in Brennan Bosch's stance. Kept that front shoulder locked and loaded and missed that breaking ball.
Rolled foul. You can see why this guy would be extremely tough on lefty. With his release point.
86 to 88. Little sink piece. Breaking ball.
Bosch had a big month of June, and there are the numbers to prove it. 380. Six of his 10 home runs last month. Here's the 0-2. Right back up the middle into center. Base hit. Inge coming to third base. He's in there standing up, and the Tigers now have the tying run at third, the go-ahead run at first.
Just a magnificent job of Brennan Bosch staying in with that front shoulder on a left-hander that throws from a tricky arm slot. That ball literally starts behind Brennan, but he stayed with it. He cued it off the end of the bat, but still strong enough to muscle it right back through the box.
And so now Bruce Bochy going to his closer here with Maglio Ordonez due up. Here comes Wilson. We'll be back. Runners at first and third, and the beard is in. Brian Wilson, who sports one of the most imposing beards in the game, but here are some of the epic beards throughout history.
I'm taking Santa Claus.
Over Uncle Jesse?
Santa Claus brings presents. Some Uncle Jesse's do too.
Wilson.
He blew a save yesterday in Chicago. It was in the 9th. He gave up a home run tying to Aramis Ramirez.
Ball one to Maglio Ordonez.
And if you're wondering, this would also be the first 4-out save of the year, should Wilson do that here tonight.
Fouled away. Now it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Tying run is at third.
He has parlayed that beard into a lot of Benjamin's partner. Oh, he is everywhere with that beard.
A couple of commercials here and there.
Everywhere.
Since 08, more than 1 inning saves. Wilson has had the most in that span. Here's the 1-1. It's outside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
He threw 22 pitches yesterday in that outing in Chicago. And as a reliever, especially a closer, when you blow a save, you want to get right back out there the next night.
Fouled away. 2-2 on Maglio. Long flowing beard. Jersey unbuttoned. Disheveled look.
You need a couple guys like this on your squad.
The 2-2. And there's a base hit right field. Inge scores, and the Tigers have tied this one up. Maglio comes through.
2 consecutive days, their closer has blown a save. But there was a runner on third base when he came into the game, and he hung Maglio a breaking ball at the top of the strike zone, and Maglio loves to hit the ball the opposite way, and he finds this hole with regularity.
Maglio's second hit is a huge one. It's a 1-1 game now. And here is Cabrera. Strike 1 on Miguel. Tigers wait until the 8th inning to get their run with Bumgarner out of the game. Bochy went to his closer and he's given it up. That's fouled back out of play. 2 really big at bats in this inning. Of course, the 1-out walk by Inge, which started the rally, but the pinch hit by single by Bosch put runners at first and third.
Obviously, Bochy must have thought that this was his only option by going to his closer in the 8th inning, because he hasn't done it at all this year.
That'll get away from the catcher and roll to the backstop. Now you've got 2 men in scoring position. Wild pitch.
Stewart, catcher's been calling for that fastball all day against Tigers batters with 2 strikes. That time, he couldn't catch it.
Bosch at third base. Ordonez at second. They represent the go-ahead runs. And he fights that one off to the first baseman and caught by Huff, who seemed to struggle with it, but the Tigers tie it up and will go to the 9th. Tigers have tied it up. Now they've got some defensive changes. Dirks will stay in the game and play in center. And Bosch will stay in the game and play in left. And the new pitcher for the Tigers is Jose Valverde.
I was talking to Jose Valverde today, and I was asking him about his split-fingered fastball because I noticed he hadn't been throwing that pitch all that much this year. And he said, well, you're right. And he's been throwing a two-seamer a lot these days. Not so many four-seam fastballs, but he's throwing a fastball that moves a little bit more these days. And the results have been good for Papa Grande.
Any reason why he's not throwing the forkball?
I don't know. He didn't say why. He just said he feels really good with the two-seamer.
Because that forkball was
devastating.
Man. Well, here's Stewart to lead it off in the ninth. 1-1 game. And Papa Grande misses inside. 1-0. Stewart is 0 for 3.
Papa Grande will show you that forkball in his hand before he puts the ball in his glove. Yeah, but then once he gets the ball into the glove, then he can transfer it to whichever grip he chooses to use.
Slice to right center field. That ball might be trouble. Yes, it's down. It's a base hit, maybe more. Ordonez gets over there, but a diving double for Chris Stewart, the number 9 hitter. And the Giants trying to come right back against the Tigers closer.
Well, Papa Grande's got some work to do. It's a fastball. It's on the outer edges, and it's a nice piece of hitting there by Crawford to drive the ball the opposite way. And by the time Maglio got there and got it back in, he was head first sliding into second base.
That'll make it 9 Giants hits in this game. 3rd double of the season for Chris Stewart.
Well, there's no doubt that Rowan will be trying to get Stewart over to third base, excuse me. I had Crawford running.
Rowan tonight is 2 out of 4, single and a double.
He'll be trying to get him over to third with nobody out.
One strike on Aaron Rowan.
Judging by where the Tigers are playing defensively right now on the right side of the infield with Rayburn and Cabrera, if Rowan hits something sharply at either one of those guys and Stewart tries to get to third base, they might try to get him at third.
He's bunting now, and he lets it go by. Rowan has faced Valverde 3 times, and Jose has struck him out all 3 times. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shattered his bat, looped it over the head of the second baseman Rayburn. They're going to hold up the runner at third base. It's a bloop single for Aaron Rowan.
Sometimes you can make the pitch that you want to make, and the hitter still get rewarded even though he got sawed in half.
Meeting on the mound now as the Tigers discuss this 1st and 3rd situation with nobody out. And as they talk about it, we remind you that here is the upcoming pitching matchup presented by the Michigan Office of Highway Safety tomorrow. Barry Zito and Max Scherzer. Max looking for win number 10 against the left-handed Zito. Here's Barry. So here comes Emmanuel Burris. Infield coming in now for the Tigers. Trying to cut off that go-ahead run.
Outfield's really shallow as well.
He took a rip 0-1 on Burris. Leadoff double by Stewart. Broken bat single by Rowan. Here's the 0-1. 0-2.
Here's a split finger fastball by Valverde. Nice tumbling action.
Strikeout here would be nice.
Lovely.
Sandoval waiting on deck. Giants tonight 3 for 11 with men in scoring position.
They might walk Sandoval.
Oh, he tried to hold up, couldn't do it, and struck him out.
They should walk Sandoval. Load the bases.
He dominated Burris.
Oh, yeah, he had no shot. No shot. Put him on.
So we'll see what the Tigers do here. Huff would follow.
Nope. Don't pitch to him, looks like.
Kind of like the idea of walking him.
Well, you just play for 2. I mean, he's been their best hitter. He's already driven in 1 run today. Runner on third, less than 2 outs. Although Valverde does have the ability to strike him out.
Low and outside, 1-0.
And it might be one of those situations where it looks like he's pitching to him, but he's not really pitching to him.
Sandoval doubled in a run in the 5th. Extending his hitting streak to 12 straight. Trying to drive in the go-ahead run here in the 9th inning in a 1-1 game. And Avila does a really good job of blocking that one.
Tremendous job. That's why Alex has that right hand in front of his body, because when he does get over to block the baseball, all he has to do is drop that hand down, and every now and then he gets assistance by that right arm already being in front of his body instead of pulling it from behind his back. Sometimes it's late getting there. But that was a tremendous block.
So it's 2-0 on Sandoval. Now it's 2-1. Cleveland a winner. They beat Cincinnati. Tigers came in with a half-game lead. Chicago a winner as well. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2 on Sandoval. Here's the 2-2. Runner goes. Swinging a drive in the air to center field and hit well. Dirk's on the run. Still going back. Can't get it. One hop over the wall. 1 run will score.
The Kung Fu Panda has done it again.
His second RBI double of the night.
He had just thrown a fastball by Sandoval at 95 miles an hour, and he came right back with another fastball in the mid-90s, and he didn't miss it. Right on the sweet spot.
th RBI for Sandoval over the head of Dirks, who just couldn't quite get there. Tigers catch a break in that it goes into the bullpen. So with first base open, they are walking Aubrey Huff. Giants have regained the lead here in the ninth inning, but they are looking for more. Ball three missing outside, one more, and Huff will take his base. And there's ball four. So they're loaded now. That hit by Sandoval was the 11th of the night for San Francisco, yet they have just 2 runs. Cody Ross will bat. 284. Career with the bases loaded. Told you his first home run in a Tigers uniform in the big leagues was a grand slam. Tigers don't want any part of that right here. Instead, a ground ball would be nice. Swing and a miss.
Playing double play depth up the middle with Peralta and Rayburn, and on the corners Cabrera and Inge are looking to come home on a ground ball. Cody has grounded into 7 double plays this year, the second most on their squad.
One ball, one strike. Giants had a 1-0 lead going to the bottom of the 8th. Wilson came on, their closer, with 2 outs, gave up the RBI single to Maglio Ordonez. Tigers tied it up. But the Giants have scored here against the Tigers closer to take a 2-1 lead. Ross has a couple of hits tonight, both singles. Popped him up. Shallow right field. Rayburn going back. That's the second out. Ross retired. Bases stay loaded. So Nate Schierholtz now. Tigers in the 9th inning will have Martinez, Peralta, Rayburn. And Brian Wilson still mulling over the RBI hit that he gave to Ordonez. Schierholtz 2 out of 4, 2 singles. Tigers got a great outing tonight from Brad Penny. 7 innings, 1 run. Swing and a miss. Rowan, the runner at third base. Sandoval is down at second, and Huff is at first. Fouled away. Now it's 0-2 on Schierholtz. And the 0-2. Way inside. That almost hit him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just off the corner. 2-2 on Shearholtz. Grande just about ready to throw his 25th pitch of this half inning. And he fouled it off. Inside again, and now he is forced to count to 3-2 with no place to put him. Walked in a run. It's going to make it a 2-run game. Here comes the skipper. He's thrown 28 pitches, so he's apparently going to go out and get Valverde here. Brian Villarreal coming in. And it's 3-1 San Francisco. By Comerica Bank, strength and stability since 1849. Wallside Windows. For a free and home estimate, call 1-800-521-7800. And by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers, visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives the Motor City. 3-1 San Francisco, and they are still batting here with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the ninth. A bases loaded walk to Shearholz has made it a 3-1 game, and that's going to bring in Brian Villarreal, who was recently called up from AAA Toledo.
Here's his numbers down in Toledo. And Villarreal has a very good arm. He has a fastball that gets up to 95 miles an hour. He also has a pretty good breaking ball. He throws from a low 3/4 arm slot, and he can be difficult on right-handed batters.
Brandon Crawford will face him with the bases loaded here and 2 outs. RBI double by Sandoval. Bases loaded walk by Shearholz after the Tigers had tied it up in the bottom of the 8th. Now it's 2-0 and no place to put Crawford. It's the 8th man to bat in the inning. It all started with the double by Stewart off Valverde. Two and one. Did he go? He got away from Avila, but not far enough, and he did go. It's a strike called, so it's 2-2 on Crawford. Back on May 27th in Crawford's first major league game, he hit a grand slam. That was in Milwaukee. He is up there again with the bases full here, trying to break open a 2-run game. Way outside. Boy, Avila almost had that one get away, and now it's 3-2. I'll just say this, Wilson's been sitting for a long time. This half inning has taken quite a while, and their closer.
That's why a lot of managers don't like to go to their closer in the 8th inning, in fear of them having to sit for a while to go back out.
Cleveland beats Cincy 8-2, and so it's a virtual tie right now for first place. Chicago just 1 game under the 500 mark.
It's going to be a race until the end. But no one expected Cleveland to be there.
Villarreal started the season with the Tigers after a terrific spring. And another foul back out of play. This will be the 9th pitch coming up here to Crawford, who is the 8th man to bat in the inning. Double single after a strikeout. A double by Sandoval scored a run. Intentional walk, and 1 out later, a bases loaded walk. Meanwhile, Crawford just continues to hammer away. 3-2 the count stays. And he walks it. Oh, another run comes in as Sandoval crosses. Back-to-back bases loaded walks. And the Giants now have a 3-run lead. th RBI for Crawford, who has been on base tonight 4 times. 3 times via the walk. This one, though, is the biggest. So they'll bat around. Here is Bill Hall. Oh, 0-1. Hall hitless tonight. Tigers tonight have been out hit 11-7. Make it 0-2.
Good slider there. And by Villarreal at 89 miles an hour. A really good pitch. You won't get hurt very often if you can locate your slider in that area.
Ground ball first base side. Cabrera bobbles it, but he still has plenty of time, and Hall is out of there. 9 men to the plate. And a big inning. They scored 3 times. The Giants have a 4-1 lead. Hit San Francisco, and the Tigers are run on 7 hits. San Francisco's left 13 men on base in this game. Tigers have left 6, but Wilson now trying to close it out here. Victor Martinez will lead it off. It'll be Martinez, Peralta, and Rayburn. Victor tonight has a single and a stolen base. He's also grounded out a couple of times. Wilson's 0-1 is fouled back out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Wilson gave up the RBI single to Maglio Ordonez in the 8th. That tied the game at 1. And then the Giants put up 3 in the top of the 9th. And the 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. To center field on a line, and a base hit. Knocked down by Rowan, but the leadoff man is on.
Aaron Rowan gambled, and he did a nice job of keeping that ball in front of him. It is now time for the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast, and Johnny Peralta has been playing long ball quite frequently this year, and he did as much a couple of days ago.
Little looper. That looks like it's going to drop. It does. Base hit. And Martinez goes to second base, and the Tigers have something rolling now. They'll bring the tying run to the plate with nobody out. Bochy has nobody warming up right now. It's his closer's game.
Tigers are not going to go quietly here against Wilson.
Rayburn is 0 for 3, struck out a couple of times against the starter Bumgarner, and he fouls one away. Tigers now have 9 hits. Way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Wilson threw 22 pitches yesterday in Chicago, and he's already thrown quite a few here today, which means that more than likely, regardless of what happens here, he will not be available tomorrow. He's thrown 18 here today.
On a hop down to the shortstop, they still might get 2. Nope, only 1. Hard hit ball, and Rayburn is aboard at first. 1 gone now. They bring up Avila.
That ball was absolutely drilled. And Burris actually had time to probably turn it over, but he kind of got caught in between because the feed wasn't there when he got to the bag, so his feet kind of got tangled up, and you saw the frustration there in Wilson's face, them not turning that double play.
Avila is 0 for 3. Wilson, meanwhile, had to sit 29 minutes while his teammates got him 3 runs. And he delivers low and away, 1-0. Wilson last year led the National League with 48 saves, the second time he had reached 40 or more. Swing and a miss, 1-1. finally have some action. Santiago Casilla and Jeremy Affeldt. Little low again. 2 balls, 1 strike. Three and 1.
Everything is away to Avila. He does not want to throw anything inside which would allow him to pull the ball down that right field line for a homer. It's going to make him earn it.
And he walked him to load the bases. Now the tying runs are on. Going to bring up Brandon Inge. Winning run standing at home plate. Strike 1.
That ball at 90 miles an hour had a lot of late life on it. It was moving all over the place.
High. Did not go. 1-1 on Brandon. It was 1-0 until the Tigers tied it in the 8th and then fell behind when Frisco scored 3 in the 9th. Outside. 2-1.
That wind is blowing in tonight and has been all night at a pretty crisp pace, which means you got to hit a line drive out of here tonight. Anything up in the air is going to get knocked down.
Line drive. That's a base hit left field. 1 run will score. Everybody moves up, and it's 4-2. Now the winning run is at first.
We told you that Brandon Inge has done some very nice work with the bases loaded, and he did a very nice job getting himself a pretty good pitch to hit. He got a breaking ball that was down. It was away. He reached out. He got it and pulled it to left field to drive in Martinez.
So Wilson will depart the scene here. The closer not only blew the save, but was trying to get the win, and he will head to the dugout here as they go to the bullpen. Jeremy Affeldt comes strolling in.
33 strikeouts in 36 innings this year for Jeremy, and he's walked 13. He's got a good arm. I remember him when he was pitching for the Kansas City Royals. He had a good arm.
So Rafael now will face Andy Dirks with the bases loaded. And a foul at home plate, 0-1. Tying run at second, winning run at first base. Checked it. Dirks came on as a pinch hitter back in the 8th, stayed in the game after flying out. And he rolls it foul, 1-2. Bouncing ball hit slowly towards second. Bobbled! Throws! Save! Oh my goodness! It's 4-3.
Initially was thinking about trying to turn 2 here on a very slow hit ground ball, and then he was not able to get anybody. Great hustle by Dirks. Great hustle by Dirks.
Now the winning run is at second base, and here's Bosch, only 1 out. Bosch had a pinch hit single in the 8th. And a ground ball hit slowly and foul. 0-1 on Bosch. The Tigers have answered the 3-run top of the 9th with 2 of their own. And a base hit could give the Tigers a chance to win this thing. Ainge is your runner at second. The 0-1. Wilson took a 4-1 lead to the bottom of the 9th. He's now out of the game. Swing and a miss.
Good breaking ball at 79 miles an hour from Jeremy. Really good pitch.
Up the middle on a line and a double play to end the ball game. Unbelievable. A line double play. Crawford tags the bag, and just like that, the game is over. The Giants hold on to win this one. It's by 2 in the bottom of the 9th.
Brandon Inge got caught in no man's land, not necessarily knowing where Crawford was playing, and he caught it and was able to get to the bag after catching a couple steps.
So the Giants hold on and win this one tonight by a score of 4-3. But if game 1 is any indication of the rest of this weekend holds, it should be an interesting 2 days. Wilson blows the save.